Greetings, everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for being here. We'll get started in just a moment. Thank you. Greetings. This is Mary Magdalene. Today, I come to you on this feast day as you celebrate on your earth plane in my name, and it is my pleasure to be here with you today. As we continue with this live transmission, it is my hope that we are on the same plane of existence, so to speak, and the same timeline, and that you are able to hear me. If this is not a clear transmission, I'm sure Raquel will create a recording for you at a later time, but I will continue to speak. So it is my pleasure to be here with you today, and it is my hope that you will receive this message in your heart as I celebrate my anniversary, shall we say, of living upon your earth plane some 2,000 years ago. And as we move through this transmission, I would like to bring to your attention the current state of affairs upon your earth plane and how this is being received by the collective. There are many trials and tribulations that are being experienced by your collective at the moment, as many are being exposed to their own realization of this ascension journey within their hearts, within their collective as families, within their collective as a community, and within the larger collective as a civilization upon your earth plane. And so there are many layers to these observations within your own energy and your own journey as you will upon this ascension journey. It is truly a beautiful time to be alive upon your earth plane as I experienced this same ascension journey 2,000 of your years ago. And even though my journey was very different from what you are perhaps experiencing, it is still a beautiful journey nonetheless, as each of you have chosen to be here consciously or unconsciously. I say unconsciously because there are a few of you, a few thousands, a few millions of you that are in an incarnation that is not of your choosing. And so for these souls, it is a homecoming after many, many, many thousands of your years. And so each being is experiencing this incarnation and ascension on many different levels. Some of you are still fractured from your many lifetimes living within, shall we say, a prison planet system. And so you are still under that process of collecting all of those fragmented pieces within your past lifetimes. And so this journey or this ascension path for you is a little more of a challenge. For those that have incarnated just to be here during this ascension cycle are more what I would call young souls, and they have made the choice to experience this just as their first lifetime. And so for them, even though they have chosen to walk this path by your side, it is still a challenge for them as they have descended from the light. And so any descension into the physical body is a difficult path, is a difficult experience. And so each one of you are seeing this process, if you will, through a different lens. And so I ask you to be patient with yourself as you each go through this process, looking beside you to see how others are processing the very same experience that you are going through, but from a very different lens. It might be your sister, it might be your mother, it might be your friend who has gone through those many lifetimes and you are a new soul, or vice versa. But whatever the case, take it into your own mind and your own consideration and your own heart, and know that there are many iterations to this process. And so, my prayer to you is to be patient with yourself and to lead with your heart and not with your mind, and experience each of these explorations through your heart in love, in patience, in joy. And for all the hardships, go through those emotions as you would in your daily life, but knowing from that external voice, if you will, from your soul perspective, that this is what you were meant to experience. And so, even the hard times, go through it joyfully, knowing that you will come out of it and that your soul lives on forever, and that all of those hardships would be considered as an initiation, if you will. And so, process all of this through your body, through your emotions, as this is what you were meant to experience, experiencing the Creator through the physical body, and how all of these iterations are experienced through each of you within your own unique lens and your own unique experience through the physical body. And so, today being a joyful day, I will not embark on any of the past suffering that I endured, but I will joyfully share my experiences with you and how my life is progressing in this present day and age. I stand beside my beloved Yeshua, as you know him, Jesus, and we are together in this light form in our present day and age, and we assist the many who are going through this ascension process upon your earth plane. And it is a joy to be a part of this process once again after 2000 of your years upon the earth plane. We have been in and out of your reality over this lapse of time, shall we say, in many iterations, in many forms. But now it is a joyful experience for us to be here at this time, exploring this potential with you, walking beside you as you go through these experiences individually, and and collectively. And so we see all of the different versions that are happening as if we are tuning into different radio stations or television channels. We see the difficulties as well that you face. And so my personal work, if you will, is to work with timelines. And so as I see each of you working on yourself, you are being pulled up into those higher timelines. And so the more you tune into these higher dimensional, higher frequency light timelines, tuning into those higher vibrational energies as you meditate, as you focus on your heart center, as you focus on your path ahead, these energies or these present moments will bring you into those higher timelines. And so as you move into those higher timelines, it becomes easier for you to connect to your higher self energies, your oversoul energies, and interact with beings much like myself, much like Yeshua, and other dimensional beings that are waiting to hear from you and to interact with you, much like this being that is transmitting this message to you today. She is on that highest timeline, and she has easy access to all of us. And so it is like she is a part of our inner circle, if you will. And so she is able to speak to us as if we were her team member. And this is what we want from all of you. And so we encourage you to get onto those higher timelines, clear all of that karma, if you will, from your past lifetimes. And the way to do this is to connect to your higher self, go into meditation, connect to your heart, and all of these energies will come to the surface for processing, for you to eliminate them, for you to dissolve them from your life so you don't have to deal with them anymore. Raquel has personally gone through this exercise, shall we say, over the last 2 weeks of healing not only her lifetime, but many lifetimes of the collective. She has gone through what you may know as the Ho'oponopono exercise. And this is a deep meditation in not only forgiving yourself, but in also finding peace within your heart and loving your own energy, loving your own frequency, and aligning yourself directly with the energy of the Almighty or with the Creator. And for all those difficult situations, you present it in a way to the Creator and say, "This is my offering to you. It is too overwhelming or too painful for me to go through this, whether it is in this lifetime or in past lifetimes." And so when you offer up this Ho'oponopono prayer, you are in a way connecting to the Creator and offering up these experiences to the Creator to help you process through that darkness, through that denseness, through that difficult exercise or that difficult experience or lifetime that you had that you're not able to process through your body because it is so painful. And so my reason for bringing this forward is to bring you into that light, if you will, into that lightness where you no longer have to struggle. Anything that is difficult, offer it up to the Creator, and you will be relieved of that burden so that you may then fly into that higher timeline and wade through in peace, in harmony, and with a joy in your heart as you move forward upon this ascension cycle. And so I encourage you to reach out to Raquel if you are facing difficulties. She has many tools in her, accessible to her in her tool belt. And so she will help you navigate through these waters of difficult times. We have also had a very recent 7-day meditation session with her, where she anchored the energies of the Divine Mother through a 7-day meditation series. So I would encourage you to explore all of these potentials through her channels. And you will be blessed. You will be shown that way and how you can go onto these higher timelines with ease, with joy in your heart. And what we are also noticing now is the divine masculine stepping forward in their light in great numbers, because this energy has been forever tarnished and has been inverted and insulted, if you will, on so many levels. And so it is now a grand awakening for these beautiful beings to awaken within this ascension cycle, as they have been silenced and they have suffered at the hands of your society in countless ways. And so it is the awakening of the divine masculine. And there are beings like Raquel and many others who are strong divine feminine energies waiting to support these divine masculine energies to come forward through healing of their soul energies, of their fractures, of their wounds, to come forward and to begin their path of healing so that they may prompt, if you will, the rest of the divine masculine population to come forward strongly and get onto that highest timeline as a collective. I know this is a very difficult step for the many, especially the divine masculine, to take on at this time, as they have been so deeply wounded through wars, through hardships of being led down paths that have not been spiritual, that have been more to do with your system of money, of wealth. And so the spiritual aspect of the divine masculine has been set aside to chase after money, to chase after riches. And so they have forgotten the existence of the divine, of the creator. And so that spark is being ignited in a few. And it is our hope that this becomes an infection and this energy spreads throughout your collective, so that the divine masculine powerfully awakens and takes up the mantle to protect, to serve, and not to demolish, not to destroy, but to support the divine feminine, and to together between the two divine masculine and divine feminine energies, not only as they exist within your individual body, but as an individual, whether you are birthed as a divine feminine or a divine masculine. Support these energies within yourself and as a collective. So, this is my prayer to you. Explore whatever is coming to the surface within your light, within your life, whether it is the awakening of the divine feminine or the divine masculine, whether it is the awakening of your journey upon the ascension path, whether you are a beginner, whether you are an advanced starseed. Continue to share your light. For those that have been walking this path for a while, continue to be that beacon of light for the others. And remember how you first stumbled upon your ascension path and those first few years or those first few difficult steps that you took in order for you to gain momentum to be on this ascension path that you are now familiar with. So help those that need your help and your assistance in being on this highest timeline. And so it is my joy to bring all of these messages to you today and hope that we can continue to speak through this channel known to you as Raquel. Much blessings. I will be here if you have any questions. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I will now take questions on behalf of Mary. If you have any, you can put it in the chat and I will read it out. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I will stop this transmission now.